Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bowl Beer Reviews. Today I have a beer from Shorts Brewing. It's been a... No, I guess I had that. Never mind. So this beer is Bourbon Barrel Aged Huma Lupa Licious. It says IPA aged in bourbon barrels, complex bourbon and hop theme park in your mouth. So, to me, barrel-aged IPAs are really hit or miss because either A, they just barrel-age it and then don't re-hop it and it just tastes like an old shitty IPA in bourbon barrels, or they do re-hop it, then it's still kind of weird because it's hops and then bourbon barrel. So, I have had some that I like. I'm one of the few people that admit that I did like Doom. I didn't think it was amazing or anything, but I thought it still had some of that like pineapple hop character, and that combined with like the oaky vanilla character the barrel actually made for. To me, it was kind of just like a hoppy bourbon barrel barley wine, so I didn't mind it. Now that they did another barrel. Sorry to get off topic about founders, but now they did another barrel-aged IPA, which I think is getting ridiculous. Why can't they just do barrel-aged imperial stout? Everyone wants it, and they know it, and they won't do it. Anyways, and this is... It doesn't say on the bottle, but I think I looked it up last night. I think it's 8.6%. I know it's 8 point something, so it's in that realm. You know, when you're weary about something and you got a whole bomber, it makes me scared a little bit, but we'll see what we got. Hopefully, I'll be pleasantly surprised and be glad that I have this big bomber. So, let's see. So it pours a darker orange to amber color with a half finger head that's sticking around a little bit. So, just by the aroma, I can tell that there is no need to drink this anytime soon, because it just smells malty and like bourbon barrels. There's a little bit of like old stale hop character, but the other thing is too, there's no bottle date on this, so if it is old, I don't know if it's because the bottle's old or because it's the way they made the beer, unfortunately. Like, if it's a straight IPA, then obviously if it tastes a certain way, oxidized, like I know the bottle's old. But if they just took an IPA and put it in bourbon barrels, who knows? So, it's, I will say, though, even though it does smell like an old IPA in bourbon barrels, which is, the bourbon character is really nice. There's a lot of vanilla and oak there. So, I'm thinking this might just be like a barrel-aged hoppy barley wine, which I'm hoping. We'll see. I'll tell you what, it's not bad. Am I gonna want to drink a whole bomber of this? I don't know. So up front, it does have a little bit of like the citrusy character that I'm assuming is left over from the hops. Mid palate, you get that caramel, and then it goes into a big like flush of vanilla oaky character, and there's a lingering bitterness to it, but to me it's kind of an odd bitterness. It doesn't seem like hop bitterness. It's not. I'm guessing it is hop bitterness, but it's something weird. Like I wish the way for how long this might have been aged that bitterness had fallen off a little bit too. Because that's kind of what would stop me from wanting to drink a lot of this. And the finish actually has like a nice like nutty character to it, which is not expected, but it's not bad. Honestly, if it wasn't for that bitterness, And it's still not like super off-putting, but if that bitterness was reined back a little bit, I would actually like this a good bit. I mean, if it is 8%, of course it's gonna be full body, but like, I don't know. There just seems to be some complexities coming out of this that I wouldn't normally get from just like a barrel aged barley wine or an IPA. Like those things melding together. Usually they don't work for me, but this one is kind of unique, and I'm really digging, like I said, that nutty character at the end. It's almost like vanilla poured on top of peanut butter or something weird like that. I don't know. It's nice though. I am really shocked that I like this, to be honest, because I haven't liked hoppy stuff from Shorts at all. For the most part. And I just figured, there is a little bit of oxidation, but it's minimal. I'm curious how much this costs, because to me that would be in my thing of buy, drink, dump. That would be the real true determining factor in if I bought this again or not. And I might have something to say once I get towards the bottom of the bottle too. I might get tired of the taste, but for now, I wouldn't mind having this again. Especially if this is like a reasonably priced. I know most Shorts is pretty cheap, so I would say if this is like $10 or cheaper, I would buy this again. So I'm gonna say buy. Even for you people who are like me who don't normally like barrel aged hoppy stuff, I would say give this a try. I think it's unique, and it's unless it's really expensive. If you can get it for a reasonable price, I think it's worth trying. I mean, to be honest, it kind of reminds me of the barrel aged what's it called? The oaked Old Horizontal from Victory, which I don't. Fresh Old Horizontal was very, even though that's a barley wine, this is an IPA. Like, it's somewhat similar because it's very hoppy and bitter. But aged, it's pretty good. But in the bourbon barrels, I thought it was a fantastic barley wine, or beer in general. And if this didn't have that odd bitterness in the back end, then I would say that this is actually similar to that, because the oak is very big. It's not so much bourbon like spirit, but there's a ton of oak. Like, it's very vanilla forward, and just like crystallized caramelized sugar. Yeah. So yeah, this is pretty unique. I have to admit, and I think if you can get it for a reasonable price, I would buy it. And I also don't know that. I think this might have been brewery only too, because I don't know how often Bombers go out of Shorts, in distribution. So, and the guy's from Michigan, so it's definitely possible that either that or maybe just like Michigan only and not through their whole footprint. So yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with this guy. It's probably gonna take me a while to drink because it is a big beer too, but I think it's good. So yeah, that's all I got on this guy. Please like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.